Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. That's depending where you are in the world. We're doing a nighttime devotion from the devotional Maranatha. The title today, Be Alert for Satan's Devices. 1 Peter 5, 8 and 9. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith. Let every soul be on the alert. The adversary is on your track. Be vigilant, watching diligently, lest some carefully concealed and masterly snare will take you unawares. Let the careless and indifferent beware lest the day of the Lord come upon them as a thief in the night. Many will wander from the path of humility, and casting aside the yoke of Christ will walk in strange paths. Blinded and bewildered, they will leave the narrow path that leads to the city of God. He who overcomes must watch, for with worldly entanglements, error, and superstition, Satan strives to win Christ's followers from him. It's not enough that we avoid glaring dangers and perilous, inconsistent moves. We're to keep close to the side of Christ, walking in the path of self denial and sacrifice. We're in an enemy's country. He who was cast out of heaven has come down with great power. With every conceivable artifice and device, he is seeking to take souls captive. Unless we are constantly on guard, we shall fall prey to his unnumbered deceptions. Everything is now clothed with a solemnity that all who believe the truth for this time should realize. They should act in reference to the day of God. The judgments of God are about to fall upon the world, and we need to be preparing for that great day. Our time is precious. We have but very few days of probation in which to make ready for the future immortal life. We have no time to spend in haphazard movements. We should fear to skim the surface of the Word of God. In your whole interest is in the truth. If your whole interest is in the truth and the preparatory work for this time, you will be sanctified through the truth and receive a fitness for immortality. The thorough work of preparation must go on with all who profess the truth until we stand before the throne of God without fault, without spot, without wrinkle, or any such thing. God will cleanse you if you will submit to the purifying process. The title again. Be alert for Satan's devices. And that is such a broad subject because pretty much every element of this world is a device of Satan. So to be alert, you have to be alert of everything. Everything you see, everything you taste, everything you smell, even touch now and hear. All your five senses are now tainted. And I will explain. Everything you see, and I would say especially in the media, is fake. You know, there's been all that Trump fake news. He used to do all that, but he's doing it himself now. But he was making all that aware so people were aware, but then he's making people want to trust him. And it's not that We should, because any politician is not a good politician. Even though they might be put there by God, it doesn't make them 100% trustworthy, because they would only be there for a time. So everything you see, especially in the media, is not real. Everything you hear through music, mostly music and the media, is not good for you. Most of it is directing you towards sex, drugs, violence, rebelliousness. So you have to be careful what music you listen to. And even a lot of gospel and Christian worship music has got a lot of drum, heavy production music, which isn't really required. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I listen to it too. But it's not good for us and our minds. What you smell. Have you noticed when you walk down the street sometimes and there's restaurants nearby that you get to smell what they're cooking or what they're doing? Many a time they have certain excuse me, certain ways to waft out the smell to attract you to their food, especially fast food places. They would push out vapors and smells to attract you. So as soon as you smell it, that smells good. Oh, let's go and get so and so. It's all planned, it's all part of their objective. That's your smell, your taste. Most of everything that tastes so good these days, that's mass produced, processed food, is not good for you because it's full of sugar and salt, table sugar. It's all processed, it's all laboratory made. And what you touch. You know, these days, there are robots, androids, whatever you want to call them, synthetic human beings out there that many people wouldn't even notice whether they're real or not, because their flesh or skin would seem to be real. So even though you see it on the news and everything, you see these robots walking around, there are people in our communities that are robots. You might not be where you live next door or anything, but there are roaming around, there are robots. I'll tell you that. They're synthetic humans. And clones. They're using clones as well, and you wouldn't know the difference. And if you don't know what clones are, you can look that up. Be alert for Satan's devices. Satan's known you for every day of your life, from even before you were actually born, from when you were conceived. So he knows everything that affects you mentally, physically, and spiritually. He knows how to push your buttons. He knows how to get people to affect you. So you have to be aware of this. Satan has studied the humans for over 6,000 years now, since we were created, from Adam and Eve all the way down. So he knows all about us. He knows how to manipulate us if he wants to, and he always does. He who overcomes must watch for worldly entanglements, error, superstition. So much superstition out there. I was asked recently, what star sign am I? And I said, I don't do star signs. I used to when I was younger. And there was some sort of element of truth in them, but there was also another side of it I didn't want to get involved with. It was all spiritualism. And I left it well alone. We are in an enemy's country. Now, I will talk about the UK or England. The UK. It's a pagan country, always has been pagan. They go as if it is a Christian country, but it's not. Far from it. It's 100% pagan. That's why everything happens around, you don't see it, but everything happens around Stonehenge, and there's other mini sites like Stonehenge around the country where they do all these pagan rituals. They do them in Westminster Abbey, they do them in St. Paul's Cathedral, they do all these rituals. It's just behind closed doors, you don't get to see it. The Freemasons know all about it, they do it all. The judgments of God are about to fall upon this world, and we should be preparing for that. The time we have now is very, very precious. This is our probation time. We have but very few years in this probation to prepare. And if you haven't started now, you might be too late unless God opens up your heart and your mind to his truth and converts you and changes you. It has to happen soon. You have to understand. I'm preaching to myself. If your whole interest is in the truth and the preparatory work for this time, we can and will be sanctified by God, ready for immortality. But the work, we cannot rely on anything in this world. Because if we rely on anything in this world, it could be led by the enemy. Everything we should be going by should be in the Word of God. If we don't know the Word of God, we don't know what to trust.